Alright guys, it's time to look at BANANAS31 on the channel for the first time. Now I do want to say I don't hold any of this coin. I don't plan on buying any of this coin. But this coin is up about 28% or so, almost 29% at the moment. So let's jump into this and take a look, guys. Now, there is a very weak weekly support right here at about 1.5, let's say 1.6 cents or so. Now, you just have a wick here from this weekly candle. You have basically the end point of last week's candle and the starting point of this week's candle where this line meets up. So that is not much support, guys. I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably not much better than these orange lines, which are daily supports. And, you know, it's just barely stronger than probably those. Now, you can see that there's not much really holding up the price. I mean, you do have a lot of daily supports here. Let's put this on a daily time frame just so you can see. But there is a lot of daily supports here, but those are not very strong, guys. I'm going to go ahead and say, you really, if you break 1.6, cents, 1.57 cents here, you run a real risk of falling even all the way back to 0.006 cents. Now, I know a lot of people are going to argue with me about that, but there is a real risk of that, just because you have a lot of the trading that took place, between, what is this, 0.006 down to, let's just say, 0.004. So you have a great consolidation here, but basically on the 21st of June, this is when you start to see it kind of break out. Now, yeah, you can see this large downward candle here, this red candle. That was a very, very, very big dump. So that can happen again. I just want to go ahead and warn you guys. You can see a candle like this. It can rip through all of these supports, with ease. So be very careful if you're going to jump into this right now. It's already pumped quite a bit, guys. I would personally, if you were going to jump into this, I would probably wait for some type of consolidation, something more like this down here. But yeah, while it's doing this up, down, up, it's probably going to go down next, in my opinion. Now we have to look at the indicators first, but that's just what I think right now without looking at it. Now, taking a quick look at the Bollinger Bands, guys, you can see that on the daily time frame, they're quite wide at the moment, but you can see it did get a little bit of a pinch down here. If I zoom in, you can see this line came down, this line came up. It did pinch, got that pop, but right now you have kind of these lines running parallel, the blue lines here, and yeah, you need to see this line come back down and this line continue up. We need something like this once again, a very narrow, we can say little path here, and it kind of pinches in and then it pops. So yeah, right now it's not even printing a weekly Bollinger Band, so this is all we got when it comes to Bollinger Bands, really. Now, taking a quick look at the volume profile, guys, I'm looking at this on a daily time frame just because the trading history on Binance goes back to 27th of March, so that's not that long. But there is support basically down at about, let's say, 1.5 cents. You do have this kind of little, we can call it a node of candles. Once you get below about 1.1 cents, there's going to be a drop off to about 0.007. So if you lose that, basically the point of control would probably be on this little node. It would be somewhere around 1.2526 cents. If you lose that, that can be trouble, guys. Now, looking at the daily time frame RSI and stochastic here, the RSI is a little bit overheated. However, the stoch is still pointed pretty heavily to the upside, so that looks good, but kind of mixed signals. 4-hour time frame, again, overheated on both the RSI and the stoch. The stoch probably will turn back to the downside here. It's about as high as it's ever gotten before, so I do expect it to round out and go back down here. And now the 1-hour time frame, both overheated again, guys, slightly pointed down here on both, and the 15-minute time frame actually oversold here on the stochastic, but the blue line has just crossed to the downside, the red line. So not good. It needs to actually cross it to the upside, but it has crossed it to the downside now. RSI is pointed slightly up, but again, This is the 15-minute time frame, and it's not that reliable, guys. Now, talking about the tokenomics of Banana for scale here, you do have a 10 billion max supply. Circulating is all 10 billion coins, guys. So this is actually pretty good, in my opinion, when it comes to tokenomics. Now, keep in mind, this coin is the number 289 coin, so you're talking about a top 300 coin still. So that's actually pretty good, too. And if you go down, you can see that the all-time high was just about 3 hours ago. But you know, this can go much higher, guys. All-time low, if you bought it like 5 months ago, congratulations. Now, this says February 3rd, so maybe it didn't get to Binance until maybe that next month. But anyways, guys, you know, it probably became a serious token, I would say, when it was listed on Binance. But, yeah, you'll never see this price again, probably. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, please check out some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. I have exchange partnerships with Bybit, Bitget, MEXC, BingX, Bitrue, BTSE, BitUnix, WeX, Blowfin, BTCC. You can also get a free 7-day trial of Moodix here, guys, and you can follow me on X here. Now, looking at Bitcoin here, guys, you can see that yesterday it did find resistance once again at $109,000. It tried to penetrate that. Today, it has also tried again to penetrate this, and so far has gotten a rejection. So, again, let's see what happens. There's still, you know, a lot of time left in the day for Bitcoin. But anyways, let's go to Ethereum here. It has broken out now, so this is good news, guys. It has broken this flag to the upside once again. So, and right now, it is finding resistance at 26.15. Now, if we look at that candle, I don't know. Let's see where it closed. Actually, we can look here. It closed at 26.15.25. So, technically, it's 5 cents below this line, but guys, I'm going to say that, you know, these lines are never perfect, and if any other influencer ever says that their lines are perfect, they're lying. This is just basically an estimate. So we did fall 5 cents under this line, but, you know, you can take it either way. In my opinion, it could be, you know, a break above this line, which is good. It can also be a rejection, which is what we're seeing right now. Basically, in my opinion, it's probably a rejection. This line should probably be a little bit higher, and that's why we're seeing this pullback. But anyways, you know, you tell me what you think in the comments below. Now, looking at the total market cap, guys, it is sitting about 1.16 trillion at the moment. Yesterday, it did get a nice little green candle. 1.19 trillion here is what we need to break next. Now, dominance, guys, it did see the 4th day in a row red. We are now seeing a 5th red candle, but keep in mind there is 21 hours and 15 minutes still. It is just above 65%. So, you know, remember this for a little bit later in the video. But if we have 5 days in a row, guys, red, we haven't seen that for a very long time. I don't even know when the last time it was. It was maybe back here in February. So, yeah, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red candles back in February, and we haven't seen that, you know, what, in 6 months. That's amazing. So, right now, working on the 5th candle. So let's see what happens. Now, if we take a look at the dominance, it looks like it pretty much got a rejection yesterday on this trend line, and it is slowly going down, sitting at 4.77% at the moment. We need to get below 4.31% though, so it's still got a ways to go for that. Now, dollar index getting a green candle again today. This is the 3rd day in a row. It's at a little bit above its support, or actually resistance, 97.6. It's trying to break that resistance, trying to make it support. So there is a resistance that's coming down here. There's also resistance at 98.21 as well. So let's see, guys. Now we have a 27 on the altcoin season index. We had a 24 earlier today on the video that I did, so it has gone up slightly here. That is good news. The liquidation heat map sits at about 115 million that have been wrecked in the last 24 hours, so that's not that bad either. The fear and greed is at 66, slightly went up from a 65 yesterday. Keep in mind there's 21 hours more before this is reset. Now, bull market peak indicators, like I said, if we look at the dominance, here they have a little bit different. They have 64.28, but remember earlier it was just slightly above 65%. So technically one of these indicators has been hit. but according to CoinGlass, it hasn't been hit, so it's still 100% hold. Now, in my opinion, this pi cycle top indicator is the main indicator, so it needs to cross, and it's very, very far from crossing, and this is going to take a long time, guys, so I don't think we have to worry right now about it. Now, tomorrow on the economic calendar, we do have the FOMC meeting minutes. This is going to be very important as to what might happen in the next FOMC meeting, which actually there's a 95% chance that we're not going to get a cut at the moment, 5% chance that we will. Keep in mind, this meeting is in 21 days. Now, Trueflation is showing 1.7% inflation, so still very, very low. So what is really Powell waiting for? And again, this is one thing that I agree with Trump about. We do need to cut the rates. Now, crypto bubbles looking pretty good today. Most things, hour, day, and week are green. Month still not so great though. But anyways, let's just keep it on the daily. Now, taking a look at bananas for scale on Coinondo, there are 3 deals that were found. So HTX, Binance, and again HTX. You do have a couple of flexible. And 7 days, which again, that's not that long, so it's not that bad. And do your homework before you start sending coins around. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Remember, I do have exchange partnerships, and if you use my links, I do get commission. It helps keep the channel going, and it helps keep me motivated, guys. I really appreciate all your support. We just hit 200,000 views on my videos today. And I really appreciate it, guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you guys in the next one.